Hi, my name's David Holt from Metcash, and today what we're going to do is go through some of the e-log sheets available to you on the Refss system to help you manage your food safety and trade measurement compliance in your supermarket. So today we're going to go through what we call the Monthly Tare Weight Check. This Tare Weight Check, or the e-log sheet, is important because what it does is it helps you put systems in place to manage your trade measurement compliance for the Measurement Act. The NMI come into your store quite often, and what they'll do is they'll check on things within your store to do with your scale, and what they'll do is they'll see whether or not you're tearing off packaging from your products so that you're not charging the customer. One of the ways that you can help put some systems in place to correct that is to make sure that you've already got those tare weights set against your PLU. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the Monthly Tare Weight Check, and we're going to run through it from start to end. So grab your tablet. The first question that it has on here is obviously your name. So you need to choose your name. So I'll put my name in here, David Holt. There is an option in here for other. So if you want to choose other because your name isn't in the drop-down list, then you can do that and then just type your name into the next field. We're then going to choose which department we're going to go into. The Tare Weight Check can be quite confusing, so just run through step by step as you go and follow my instructions here. We're in the deli, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose our service delicatessen, and we're going to choose our first packaging type. In the deli, there's a number of different packaging types that you might use that you set a tare weight value against a PLU. You might use a produce bag to put your small goods on the scale. You keep the scale clean. You might also use some tubs for your salads or some other items like that. It's important that when you have your PLUs that you set the right tare weight against that PLU. So as we move through, what we're going to do is we're going to first of all choose our packaging type, and the first one I'm going to choose here is our produce plastic bags, which is these ones. What the next question is it says that you need to weigh 10 of those on the scale. The reason why we do this on a deli scale is because the deli scales will usually weigh in 2 gram increments. If you were to do this on your register scales, then they usually weigh between 5 gram increments, and the same as the produce scales, they will usually do 5 gram increments. So we want to make sure that we do it on a scale that has a lower increment increase, and then we can get a better accurate figure. So I've prepared 10 produce bags here already. You need to do this at least monthly, okay, to verify that the weight of the packaging hasn't changed. What you do is you make sure, first of all, that the scale is set at 0. You also make sure that the bubble is in the center of your scale. Make sure those 2 checks are done. Hopefully you've already done your scale check for the day as well, so you already know that that scale will be accurate. Grab your 10 produce bags and pop it on the scale. Make sure it's all on there and that you don't have any hanging off or being obscured by anything else, and you don't have anything else sitting on that scale. Then what you want to do is you want to have a look on your scale, what is it telling you, how much does those 10 produce bags weigh? This e-log sheet is always in grams. So the scale at the moment is telling me that it's 28 grams. So what I want to do in here is just put 28. What that then tells us is that it'll do a calculation by itself, and what it'll tell you is the average weight of those 10 bags is 3 grams, 2.8 or 3 grams, it rounds it up. So what we then do is we want to verify that against a product that we already have set in the system. So we choose something that we use the plastic bags for, and it might be Don Cabana. So what we do is we choose the Don Cabana PLU, and we notice that immediately when I press that PLU in the scale, it tells me that it's going to remove a 4 gram tare. So we put that against it. The PLU description is Don Cabana, so I'm just typing that in now. And the tare weight in the system is 4 grams because it comes up with a -4 value. So we say 4 grams. And then the system tells us that the tare weight variance is -1.2 grams. So that's good, because if you've got a negative variance, it means that you're adding more tare to the PLU than what you need to for the weight of the packaging. If it was the other way and there was a positive variance, it means that you're actually selling packaging to the customer, and that's not a good thing. All right. So once you're happy with that, if you don't need to adjust the PLU, you don't need to adjust the tare weight, then, and you're happy with that negative 1.2 variance, then what you can do is you can say the PLU is adjusted, yes or no. You choose yes, then you sign off the log sheet, signing off my name here as David, and you submit. And once you're submitted, that's done for that PLU. That's done for that product type. What you can do now that you know that these 10 produce bags weigh 3 grams each, then what you can do is you can go into your system in the back office and you can check against your entire deli range that you might use those bags for, and you can make sure that there is at least a 3 gram tare set against those. I'm assuming here that the entire deli case that uses these bags has a 4 gram tare set against it, which is excellent. The other thing that you can use these produce bags for is obviously produce. So we need to make sure that when you go through with all your produce range, that there is at least a 4 gram tare set against that in your back office system. Quite often, those are the things that the NMI, who manage the Measurement Act, find when they're in stores. They find that there isn't an adequate tare set against the product type. So it's really important to go through this log sheet at least on a monthly basis to verify your tare weights.